So if you've ever seen the movie Next Friday, then you're going to understand this reference. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. So let's first define what is a friend. When I did some research, it said the true definition of friendship is someone whom you have unconditional love towards. And the unconditional love is very different than a relationship with a partner or family. It's one of those things where it's unconditional love without expecting anything in return. So that's what a true friendship is. And I want to break down some pointers and give some tips around friendship to help you navigate through friendship. I think it's really important that we are cautious and careful how we use the word and who we identify as a friend. So I have some pointers that I want to mention, and I just have my notes here. So if you see me looking to the side, that's why I'm looking to the side, just to ensure that I'm reaching all of my major points. So the first point I want to mention is, in the corporate world, they have this saying of earning your seat at the table. And what it truly means is being in rooms and being in spaces that you deserve to be in. You've put in the work, you've grind, you qualify, you did whatever you had to do to earn that recognition and earn that seat at the table. And we need to start thinking that way with friendship. It's not cocky, it's not arrogant to question whether someone deserves a seat at your table, and the table being your life. Does this person deserve to be in my life? What has this person done to qualify them to be in my life? So I say that to say, one point is, take inventory. It may seem extreme, like, girl, you really want me to go through Lisa, Sarah, Robert, Jake, and David to see if they're true friends? Yes, I do. You want to know why? Because once you start writing out, okay, well, I did this for them. And once again, it's not all about like what I've done for them. It's not always, it should not be all transactional. What have I done for them? What have I done for them? What have they done for you in terms of not even just kind of like money wise, but being there for you when you mentally, physically, emotionally? What has this person given you a hug? Has this person text you on a daily, just randomly asking, hey Cass, how you doing? How you feeling? I know life is life, and just want to check in on you, want to let you know I love you, want to let you know that you're going to make it, encouraging you. Has this person done that? If they have not, then it's time for them to go. It's time for them to exit your life. It goes back to one of my other videos about access. It's time for their access to be revoked because they're not qualified. They shouldn't be granted access into your life. So that's like the main thing. What have they done for you? What have you done for them? And when you weigh those out, is your side greater than their side? If your side is greater than their side, then this might be a one-way friendship. And we don't want one-way friendships. Things should be equal. Like I said, it goes back to the definition of friendship. It's unconditional love without expecting anything in return. So you shouldn't have someone in your life that is not being there and showing you love unconditionally. And then also, has this person had a positive impact in my life? Or is it only negativity when this person is around? Is it only negativity when I hang out with this individual or when I interact with this individual? And I recently heard someone say, sometimes y'all are not friends. You're their opportunity. And that's so true. It's like, people will not like you. People will like the idea of you. You are a meal ticket for them. It's like, okay, well, she got a good job. Let me see if I can keep asking her for money. keep sending her things that I want her to purchase from me. And I say I'll pay her back, but I never do. Or, oh, she just bought that new house. Let me ask her what she did to get that house, so then I could just, follow in her footsteps to get my house. And while there's nothing wrong, like, please understand that there's a difference between motivation and like imitation. It's very different to be like, oh, my friend just got a new house. Yes, girl, I'm all here for it. Yes, let me know when you have your housewarming. So proud of you, love you, really happy. I know you came a long way to get to where you are. And then getting guidance from her, like, hey, girl, I'm also working towards that path of purchasing a new home. Give me some tips on like, what did you do to save up for your home, and what path you took to go through the housing process. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you get a new job and then they want to work at your job, if you get a new house and they want to be your neighbor, like, it's like, all right, this is a bit excessive. Like, come on, let's live our lives separately. So it's like sometimes people don't want to be your friend just to be your friend. People want to be your friend for the opportunity. People want to be your friend for the opportunity. So, like I said, let's say you have a good job, or someone, like they want a job and someone who works at that company. They're going to make sure that they continue to reach out to you and stay connected to you so that you can connect them with those people that work at that company. So it's like, really pay attention to the different people in your lives and the roles that they play, because there's a lot of actors and actresses out here. People will put on a facade to make it seem like they care about you and they care about your friendship and they're genuine, and they aren't. So be very cautious of that. Another point is stop being available. There's an artist named Davio, and he has a song called I'm Unavailable, and it's like a really popular song. I like that song. So I say that to say, be unavailable. You shouldn't constantly have your line open at all times, have your ears open at all times to people who are not doing the same for you. You shouldn't always be someone's 911. Like, if it's always an emergency and they're always calling you, but that one time, just that one time you have an emergency, you call them, they don't answer, they don't show up to the emergency room, they don't show up to your house or wherever the emergency is taking place, you need to cut it off. You have to stop being the emergency line for everyone when that is not the case for you. So be very cautious of that too, and learn to prioritize yourself and setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is very important. So if you set that boundary where you need to be available for yourself, then that's a non-negotiable. There's no questions asked. If I need to be available for myself, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to constantly keep pushing my feelings to the side and not taking care of myself because I'm so caught up in making sure you're taken care of. That's not how this works. And then also, I mentioned this in another video, but I want to mention it again, is watch out for jealousy. And jealousy comes in different forms. Jealousy can come in the form of a joke. Jealousy can come in the form of body shaming. Jealousy can come in the form of them being upset that you have other friends. Like, why are you always hanging out with her? Why are you always hanging out with him? You should be with me. Why are you always with that group? Why are you being quote unquote mixy? There's like a slang term called mixy. And when people say you're being mixy, it's like you're not staying with one group of friends or one group of people. You're like interacting with multiple groups of people and networking with multiple groups of people. You're not staying with just that one cohort of people. That's like a slang term for being, that's what mixy people consider being mixy. Like, you're just mixing yourself with a whole bunch of different people. And in all reality, that's actually networking. And networking is important. I have a whole video about networking. Go watch that. I can't remember the exact name of the video, but it talks about the power of networking, how important it is. So be very careful and watch out for people like that. Because it's one thing for y'all to have a roasting session where like you and your friends are joking with each other and y'all making jokes with each other. That's one thing. But if you are the joke of the day every day, that's hater. That's giving hater. That's not giving, oh, we're just laughing and joking in good spirits, good humor. No, it's giving they're a hater. They have self-esteem issues and they're just pouring that on you. If your friend is constantly like, girl, you fat. Every time I see you, girl, you hanging out your clothes. You look a hot mess. Or if you got friends that's like, oh my goodness, you so skinny too. You eat, child. Every time I see you, I see the bones in your neck. You so skinny. No. Your friend shouldn't constantly be body shaming you and saying, oh, you never eat. Every time we go out, you barely eating food. You always taking your food home. That's not a true friend. That once again, the definition of a hater is giving hater. So be very cautious of that. That is a real thing. Jealousy is a real thing. So pay attention to how people react to certain things. If people are constantly making jokes about the clothes you wear, if people are constantly making jokes about your body, if people are constantly making jokes about, where you work, that's another thing. We need to stop job shaming. All money is green. If you work at McDonald's and I work at Pepsi, why does it matter? We all still getting the same green paper. The money is money, no matter where you work. So you shouldn't be clowning someone because they work at McDonald's. At least they're working. At least they're doing something legally and they're supporting themselves and possibly even supporting their family. Like I just never was down with that. I was never okay with people shaming people for having a job. That to me, that just gives ignorance and immaturity. Like, grow up. So pay attention to those signs. And then also, stop giving people more than one chance. Dr. Maya Angelou said it best. She said, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. And do just that. Believe them and then transition them out of your life. I'm no longer accepting disrespect. If you're constantly disrespecting me, I no longer want you in my life, because why are you here? Like, literally, why are you here? If your goal every day is to be disrespectful to me, I don't want a friend. I don't want a partner. I don't want even a family member. I don't want anyone in my life, colleague, whoever. I don't want anyone in my life whose ultimate goal is to break me down and to discourage me and constantly disrespect me. That's not someone that I want in my life, because in this season we're thriving and we're glowing, and you can't glow up, you can't, growth cannot happen if you're constantly being pulled down negatively. Like, it gives I want to give the example of, I remember I saw a picture of like a bag of strawberries, right? And all of the strawberries were really red and healthy. And there was one strawberry that was next to another strawberry. And let's just call them strawberry 1 and strawberry 2. Strawberry 2 was next to strawberry 1. And strawberry 2 was already rotten and like no good. And once the days went on, with it being next to strawberry 1 also became rotten and no good. So that's my point. You don't want anyone in your life who's constantly like leeching onto you and they're just not good for you, because after a while their negativity and their negative mindset is going to rub off on you, and then you're going to start being negative and you're going to start being rude and disrespectful, not only to yourself but to them and to other people. And that's just not where we are in our lives now. Now we're all about positivity, positive growth, positive mindset, encouragement, self-encouragement, but also encouraging others. So if you don't have friends in your life who's constantly encouraging you, constantly motivating you and pushing you to your next level, then that's not the people that should be in your life. You cannot. And I'm learning that for a long time, I was giving people the benefit of the doubt. And there should be no doubt. With friendship, there should be no doubt. If there's doubt, that's not that's not true friendship. If you gotta worry about whether someone is your friend or not, that's your answer right there. They're not your friend. You shouldn't. With my friends, I shouldn't have to worry about whether they're my friends or not. It's literally what it is. If you're my friend and you show it, and that's another thing. Actions speak louder than words. If someone can say, "Oh girl, I love you." Someone can say, "Oh girl, you my friend, you're my ride or die," and all the rest of that. I'm really there for you. But what are their actions doing? If their actions are giving everything that I had previously mentioned about like jealousy and making jokes on you and clowning you for your job and clowning you for your relationship and things of that nature, then that's not your true friend, and you have to stop accepting disrespect. Once you stop accepting disrespect, people will realize, okay, I have to take this person seriously. Because I've learned, when I constantly kept giving people opportunities and quote unquote the benefit of the doubt and letting them back in my life after they disrespect me, I realized that they are like, okay, jackpot. Now I know that I don't have to take her seriously. I can constantly disrespect her and she's gonna constantly let me back in her life, and it becomes a vicious cycle. And then we wonder why every time we attend the circus, the clown is performing. You cannot accept clown behavior and then get upset that the clown is being a clown. A clown is going to do his job. A clown is there to entertain you. So if a clown is going to do his job, is going to constantly entertain you, whether you accept it or not. So that's my point. We can't keep accepting, these behaviors and then wondering why these people are acting like this. Why is this person acting this way towards me? Because you keep accepting it. So that lets them know that they can keep doing it. Like I said, when you cannot go to a circus and expect a different performance. A circus is going to constantly have the same performance, the same props, the same, scenery. You're going to have the elephants, you're going to have the clown doing its clown job. Everyone has to do their job. So if the clown is doing this job, you either have to accept it or reject it. And I'm at a point now where I'm rejecting it. If you want to be a clown, you go ahead and do that. The circus is open, but not over here. I don't run a circus, so I will not allow that. I just will not allow that. And then also, stop explaining to yourself to people. I'm noticing that a lot of times we'll constantly repeat ourselves and we'll constantly